Are we back? I hope we're back. Sorry about that. Oh, I missed the ending. That's really sad. If you guys are still there, sorry about that. Number of pets given to Houndeye is 5. Welcome back, Boom Donuts. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. OBS still showed that I was streaming, but Twitch and YouTube weren't getting anything from Restream. I don't know if YouTube is back or not. I think YouTube is back.
One of those days.
Yeah, so that was Alt Life. I guess stream died right during the ending, so you'll have to play it yourselves to see how it ends. Sorry. Download Map Labs Fractured Space. Hi, Nathan. So it's weird that both Twitch and YouTube died. Like, Restream stopped broadcasting to both of them, but my computer was still broadcasting to Restream. My OBS, I mean. How do I even rank that one? Like, that was like an entire mod in a Map Labs. Like, is Alt Life hyphenated? How do you even judge that? That just seems like it gets an automatic 100. Obviously the textures are low resolution because it's Half-Life 1. Like, I can't criticize that. There were absolutely dynamic sequences. I would say the details were highly excuse me. The environments were highly detailed for the aesthetic. Maybe that's unfair. I don't know. Like, should highly detailed take into account the aesthetic? Because it is definitely going to get points for unique aesthetic. Good lighting. Prop placement. Composition. I don't remember the soundscapes. The music, I wasn't paying enough attention. I believe it had good music. Like, if I load an autosave here, right? Yeah, that's good soundscapes. That's the ambience from Half-Life 1. Was there music in this? I think there was at the ending. Oh, there's music. Yeah, there's music. Sometimes if the music is done really well, you don't even realize that there is music because you're so immersed in the story. It's like you don't really hear the music, you just hear, like, you're just focused on what's going on. Yeah, so music choice, interesting geometry. I marked it as a perfect 10. I am actually going to mark down highly detailed. And I know it's not fair because it is like that. Well, like the geometry was really good. Like, man, prop placement. Like the spirit of it is met. I don't know. I feel like that's a perfect 10 for me. I think I need to have a serious think about, like, what do I do when maps are just a 10? Because when I'm judging, that's not good enough, right? I need to be more specific. I need to be more, not critical, but more objective to rate maps against each other. I almost wonder if I need to do like a tournament style thing where if maps are tied with each other, then I rate them against each other competitively or something. I was able to play through without getting stuck. Gameplay mechanics. New enemies. I should have a separate category for that, honestly. But I'll use this one for it. Story was very understandable. In fact, this story had a beginning, middle, and end, and it used time skips, but that's totally fine. It's a Map Labs map. I don't see very many Map Labs maps that use time skips like that to show an entire story in chunks. So it's almost like a demo for a full game. No bug. I mean, there were actually the bugs with the NPCs, the Lost Soul setting things on fire, and the well, which I didn't see. Somebody in chat said they saw that, but I didn't see that, so I wouldn't count it. But there was also some like animation bugs with the panther eyes, but I don't even think they were that bad of bugs. I absolutely enjoyed it. It evoked plenty of emotions, and it was paced well. That's another perfect 10. I need to think about what do I do when maps are like a 10. I found fighting on the circular floors super repetitive. Oh, was that in the Lambda Core section with the teleporter? Or do you mean when you were fighting in the hallways to get the key card? Because I could see that in either of those cases it was very circular. It's like just kind of a hallway. But I don't really count that against the map because it's such a limited amount of scope to make a map like this in. You know, like you have to. I don't know. It's really difficult to manage time, and I think these spaces were they were simple, but they worked for me. I thought it was fun. The key card, but yeah, it did get a little bit repetitive. I'm gonna consider adjusting my score later because I am just giving this a 10 out of 10 across the board. But I don't know how to speak any more highly of it. Like there's nothing that I can really criticize. It had new NPCs. It had a unique premise. It altered the timeline. It had a beginning, middle, and end. It had a boss fight. Like it's cinema. Kino, whatever they say. So I think right now in my rankings, I have Outlife above All Is Wrong. I don't know though. They're both so good. I don't know which one I would rank higher. But in the meantime, while I'm considering that, we should play Blue Shift, not Blue Shift. If you saw the Panther Eyes being buggy, wouldn't the bug mark be 9 out of 10? I try to keep the questions to be basically yes or no questions. So I give it like either yes, no, or maybe in between. I have them marked as 0 through 10 just for the math on my spreadsheet, but I'm not using anything other than zeros, fives, or tens in the general questions. I am using an actual 0 to 10 for the last question. Um, so I wouldn't say that was a bug though because it didn't impact my playthrough. Like for me, it's really important to consider bugs in terms of like the impact that the bug has. Like if a bug makes a sequence not make sense, or it makes me get stuck, or it makes me die when I shouldn't have died, those are all things that negatively affect the experience. But if I see an animation that's just like slightly glitchy, I don't really care that much. It doesn't really affect the experience for me, so I'm not going to mark that at all. If it had like caused something to not work very well, then I would probably mark it differently. Blue Shift, not Blue Shift, by Kason ST slash EA. The enemy did go through you, and you can't shoot if it's inside you. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I might revise those scores for Alt Life. Now we are at Blue Shift, not Blue Shift. See you when I see ya. This map uses mechanics and level design by Takarish. Beating quotas. Oh, this is Barney's little room. Fulfill quota. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. What? Close up for the night. Is that my bed? Is this where Barney sleeps? Uh-oh. Oh. Barney Land. Wait, I don't... These controls are really confusing. Oh no, these controls are awful. Oh no. Ooh. So this probably isn't coming through on stream very well, but you move Barney with WASD, but it's in like these discrete steps and it's cardinal directions. So no matter which way the camera is facing, he always moves the same way. Like I'm pressing A right now and he always goes to the left, even if the camera is facing left. Oh, except right there, then he went right. Now he's okay. Okay. Oh, guess I can take a photo. The Tower of Owed Debts, is it? Oh my goodness, I can't do this. I don't know what the control key does. This is horrible. I appreciate the joke, like the humor is good, but like I cannot handle these controls. This is better because it has a fixed camera. Oh, these are dialogue options. You can earn tickets by playing games or taking photos of the gray circular vents outside. I couldn't read the rest. How many do I need to redeem a prize? Currently have one prize available, and that is the Barney stuffed toy, which would cost you about something. I couldn't read that. Oops. I consistently forget to reset my alarm every single time. Barney Village. I find that maps that mess with the controls very rarely work. I mean, some of them are good. Like there's a fixed camera map called what was it? I can't remember the name. It was from Halloween Horror 3 that had fixed camera controls that was really good. There's also another one, not Halloween Horror 3, I think it was Halloween Horror 4, that was like a point and click adventure game that had fixed camera controls. That was good. But when it's bad, it's really bad. Oh, I think I got a bucket. I do believe that it's stuck. Yeah, What Remains was really good. I was thinking of a different map called, like, it had a really long name. The Psycho Pomp and something. Oh, these controls are making me nauseous. Oh my goodness. Wait, I pressed W and then he went the opposite way. It's weird. There we go. I couldn't finish this map. Wait, what did I do? I'm ready to play. Okay, I have to catch crates. Oh, finally, first-person controls. This minigame originated from a map by Tekarish. How do I... Where do I put these? I put them in over here? Okay. Yeah, it was all a dream. All in my head map. Takarash is a great mapper, but I'm not a big fan of this minigame, I gotta be honest. What happens if I die? Does it actually kill me? Okay, I thought it would end the game. Oh no! How do I leave? Okay, there we go. Hi, Tinny. Welcome. We're playing Map Labs. I'm reviewing these maps. So basically, people had 4 weeks. Oh, hi, Captain Axer. I thought you were already following. Thanks. Hi, Tinny. So these are user-made maps for Half-Life 2. It was a challenge in 4 weeks. Was it 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I don't quite remember. But this one is supposed to be about creating an alternate history. And this map that we're playing right now, I don't like very much. Hello, it's good to see you. Oh, this is broken, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. So this person who made this map tried to do like top-down controls, but the way it works is it's like tank controls where it's always oriented around cardinal directions, and the camera moves like that, so you can't tell what direction you're supposed to go, and it makes me sad. And sometimes the character just goes a different direction. Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Wait, no. No? Okay. This is painful. How is this supposed to work? Oh, no, wrong way. Okay, finally. Can I leave through the emergency exit? I want to leave this map. I already took a picture there. I do have to give credit for how difficult it is to do like non-standard controls in a Source Engine map. But honestly, like just use first person. Why? It's very hard to get it right. And there's a few maps we played that did a good job with it, but this, I think you have to think about like what's natural for people to use, because this control scheme is just not. This is giving me flashbacks to when I used to play Gmod, and you'd have fun just nuking everything. Yeah, that's the best. I mean, Source Engine is just so many good memories. I used to love the nuke add-on for Gmod, so you could like set up a bunch of things and then just nuke the whole map. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay, there we go. You got a skeleton. How many tickets do I need? Can I leave yet? So one thing that we're doing in this stream is I'm practicing reviewing these maps for judging in the future. And I'm finding it really hard because if a map is really, really good, it's hard for me to find faults with it. I'm not good at being very like critical, but I also think it's a matter of like coming up with criteria that are objective for everything. It's very difficult. 215 tickets. Okay, I've got enough. Need. Oh, I got the plush. What is that plush? Is that like a little Barney? I don't know what that is, but it's cute. I like it. What makes me sad about Gmod is how many game modes it has, but due to Gmod's server browser setup, it makes it nearly impossible to play any of them. I haven't played in so long that I'm not super familiar. The last time I played Gary's Mod, like with other people, I set up my own server at home and hosted like a prop hunt game for some friends. It was a lot of fun. I should do that again someday. Whatever happened to the old school server browser and Source games? It was so good. Oh, we're finally out of here.
Oh well, I don't have a trophy room anyway.
Okay, so I woke up from the dream. Oh, but there's the plush. Was it all a dream? Maybe the plush was real. So that was blue shift, not blue shift. I do like the plush. The plush is cute. Fractured space. They did a good job with this background map. Sorry, just checking things. So we're gonna do a little review for blue shift, not blue shift. The background map, I wish the actual map moved like the background. Yeah, it's a good point. This song is gonna drive me crazy. Okay. We're gonna put on some background music. I didn't have any issues with the textures in the map. That wasn't the problem. Lighting was good but not exceptional. I'm not going to mark it as a unique or notable aesthetic. Prop placement, it's hard for me to tell because a lot of it was through that top-down camera. Again, like top-down, it's hard for me to say anything about like the background or the, environment, vistas, that sort of thing. I don't remember the soundscapes. That's something I need to check for while I'm playing, I think. They sure did have dynamic sequences, but they had that looping track for the music. I don't remember. Okay. If I was to go back to. Yeah, they had soundscapes. Yeah, okay. So. Soundscapes. Yeah, I think that's good. I was able to play through without getting stuck. The map uses a new or existing gameplay mechanic in a notable way. I'm going to say yes because of the top-down camera. That's a new mechanic. It wasn't a good mechanic in my opinion. Like, I felt very disoriented, but that's why I'm going to say I did not enjoy playing the map. I didn't have any bugs. I've heard that there's optional content that does have bugs. Well, actually, I'm going to mark this as half. The bug would be the character not moving where I told them to move, and that did hinder the experience. I understood the story. It sure evoked something. Frustration is an emotion, I suppose. But no, I'm gonna mark that off, I think. Maybe I liked the plushie. That's the one thing. The pacing was actually not that bad. The big issue with the pacing is just the controls slowing everything down. How well did this map creatively alter the timeline? I'm gonna put this at a 2 or 3. It didn't really alter the timeline, honestly. There have been top-down maps, but your view didn't rotate every time. The controls were understandable, unlike here. Yeah, I really liked What Remains. I know it feels like an unfair comparison, but What Remains was a point-and-click game that was made in the, in Half-Life 2, in the Map Labs template. Yeah, I'm going to mark that as a 2 as far as creatively altered the timeline. So let's see what that score looks like. .41. That seems about right. It's in between. It's in between Taking on a Ride and White Mesa. Okay. So next up, we have Arctic Fight, and then we'll play my entry, House of Chaos. Arctic Fight. So the lighting is very flat, I'm noticing, and the ice walls are pretty blocky, but I don't hate that look. Like, it just feels kind of like the Half-Life 2 beta maps, and there are displacements used on the ground. Oh, the timer. Thank you for reminding me. I totally would have forgotten the timer. None of the maps have used up the full time yet, though. This kind of reminds me of Ethosaurus map for Epistle 3ville. Although that one had a lot more, like, that had a custom skybox and weather effects and soundscapes and lots of stuff. This has no soundscapes that I can tell. I do have a crossbow, so I can start to fight these guys from a distance. They're not shooting at me or doing anything. So the mapper could have turned long visibility on to get them to shoot at me. I also see a hole in the displacement there. Okay, I can't climb up that ladder. I just saw on Twitter someone ran Doom on the Nintendo clock. That's great. Got a little outpost here. This does remind me a lot of the oh, we've got allies. The beta Arctic map is what I was gonna say. So it's really just a choke point. Oh, we lost the Vortigaunt. I don't trust the Nintendo alarm clock. That thing will absolutely explode into a frag grenade if it detects an emulator or modded Nintendo content within a 100-meter radius. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything in here? No. We can get to the ship. I think this is supposed to be the Borealis, but it's just a little fishing boat. What do we do here? Oh, I think I can get on the boat here. Okay. Arctic Fight. Oh. The credits stuck for a second there. Made by Best Gamer 3. Half-Life alarm clock sound. I would get a Half-Life alarm clock. Special thanks to Map Labs. So, I didn't like how there was no skybox or any, like, soundscape or anything. It didn't feel like it was a very immersive environment. I did think that the snowy architecture was kind of nostalgic. It's a song or two of the Half-Life alarm sound. So that was all the entries. I'm going to review Arctic Fight. Then I'm going to do my entry, House of Chaos, and give it a review score. And then we can go back and replay Alt-Life with the patch, I suppose. If there's still time. We might be out of time by then. Arctic Fight. Put on some Raising the Bar music. Texture is actually pretty good. Color contrast, no. It was pretty much flat white lighting. Unique or notable aesthetic, I'm actually going to give it points for that. Prop placement, yeah, it's alright. It didn't have very much to it, but it was good. Composition and background was also pretty good, although you could see through to the skybox in places. No soundscapes. There was music in the credits, I think, but no music throughout. There were definitely some boxy areas. There was also some interesting geometry, though. I'll give that half points. No dynamic sequences, no detail. I think that's fair. I was able to play through without getting stuck. No new gameplay mechanics and no notable use of existing mechanics. I understood the story. I don't know if that was meant to be the Borealis or not, or where we were in the timeline. So I'm gonna... maybe I didn't understand the story, actually. No bugs. Did I enjoy it? I kind of enjoyed it. It evoked an emotion. A bit of nostalgia, but I don't know if that's what I want to count for it. It was well paced, though. It's directly based on a Half-Life 2 beta map with the same setting and similar layout. You don't think they used actual content from the VMF, do you? If it's inspired by that, that's cool. But if they took content from that, I think that would be a little bit of a problem. I'm not going to count it against it, though, because I don't know. I'm going to assume that they remade it. How well did this map creatively alter the timeline? I can't actually think of any way that I mean, I guess the idea is that Gordon was there instead of the events of Half-Life 2, like maybe it's like the beta timeline, but I didn't get anything from that. It's going to have a really low score because of the average. Yeah, so that one tied with Taken on a Ride. I think that seems fair for it.
Whoa, deja vu.
I'm reasonably happy with these scores. Turn off this music. So what do you guys think so far? I really enjoyed All Is Wrong and Alt-Life. Those are both very good. Now we're going to play House of Chaos by 1UpD. That's me.
God, I'm hungry.
Liked Alt-Life, loved All Is Wrong, enjoyed your map, and then hated the rest of the comp. Yeah, that's fair. That's about how I feel. I really enjoyed working on House of Chaos. So right off the bat, we're in a familiar place. We've seen this before. I was kind of hoping that muscle memory would kick in and people would not turn to the left, but would instead walk straight down here the way you would normally while playing this. I think a lot of players didn't do that, and instead they just looked over here and they're like, wait, what's that? And started going this way. That was not the intention. Yeah, there's no saws stuck to block the path here, but everything else is left kind of the same. This room feels so empty with no zombies in it. You turned to the left because you had to see if there's interloper graffiti. You're not the only person to say that. I was half expecting it to be that. Oh, that kind of makes sense. I'm surprised nobody tried to do an interloper map, because that would be alternate timeline, right? I had fun using the gravity gun again in this map. I don't usually make maps for the gravity gun. That scanner is supposed to be the first sign that the Combine are here. Well, I mean, not the first sign, sorry, because obviously you saw the force field and everything, but that's the first active sign that they're like searching for you. Somebody pointed out to me that this is actually the wrong texture for the grass here. It should be really obvious at this seam where the texture scale changes. And I think what had happened is I actually fat-fingered the texture. I accidentally applied no draw to this displacement surface. Then I tried to find the original texture, picked the wrong one, and then didn't realize the difference. That's kind of embarrassing. I really liked making this house into a playable space, because this house was just part of the background originally. But then I got to go in and try to figure out, like, what would the interior of this house look like, you know? I had to get the rug on the wall, just like in Raising the Bar Redux. Feels appropriate for the environment. Did the original Ravenholm ever have rugs on the walls like this? It probably did in some places. I don't remember. Somebody pointed out that why would the Combine die to a trap like this? I think that's a good point. I mean, this is supposed to be a firefight with this guy where he was holed up in the bedroom. They came up the stairs. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe they were running at him and they didn't see it. Maybe maybe he shot it with his gun. I know that seems a little bit cartoony, but that's probably the most reasonable thought, is that they were advancing towards him. And then he either had it on a delay or he like shot this lever or something and then it did that. I don't know. The point was supposed to be seeing traps being deployed against Combine soldiers. I didn't think very hard about it. Rugs on walls is a popular Slavic Eastern European thing. That's exactly why I put it there. I thought it would be fitting for the setting, but I only know about that from other games and mods. I really wanted to use a new weapon, and I know the AK was a cut weapon, and I thought it fit the setting pretty well. Like, so I think they moved out of the way already. I should have tried harder to get the soldiers to stay right there, because what you're supposed to do in this scene is either shoot the boards or shoot this barrel. And then you get the classic E3 physics demo. It's a little bit contrived, but I just thought it would be a lot of fun. I like messing with physics. It helps a lot with a certain fight later to have an AR2-esque weapon without the AR2 ball. Yeah, that wasn't really my intent, but it helped a lot in the end. You can see the Combine have built a depot in Ravenholm, and they even have a little mini citadel in the back, or a few of them. You can actually see parts of Ravenholm in the skybox that I moved there from the original Ravenholm map. So that's actual geometry from Half-Life 2, so we are like in Ravenholm. I was a little worried that people would take issue with me taking geometry from Half-Life 2, but for me it was important for making the setting feel authentic. I know a better mapper than me would be able to deconstruct all the design elements of Ravenholm, figure out what makes people think that it looks like Ravenholm, and then build a map around that. But I don't know. I didn't have much time, and I wanted to make something, and so I used BSP source to decompile the Half-Life 2 maps. I did not use any leaked sources because I think that would be wrong.
This is the wrong side of town for you.
I love watching that so much every single time.
Another life to save? I'll keep my eye on you. More than that, I cannot promise.
I love having Grigori kick a soldier into the dumpster. Like, the ragdoll physics are always so much fun.
Look out.
Ravenholm was just such a vibe. Good reuse of Grigori voice lines. Thanks. I feel like reused voice lines always end up feeling a bit like non sequiturs because they never fit as well as the original context did. So I tried to pick voice lines that fit the situation, but I'm not sure how well it worked out. So fun fact with this car, if you don't pull this lever, the Combine soldiers later will run up and pull the lever. Maybe I'll demonstrate that. Oop. Yeah, usually I like using the car to kill these guys, but I'll leave it be for now. Yeah, he probably didn't realize there was a car in the way and was trying to escape that way. Oops, the AI didn't really account for it. Yeah, so now the soldiers are going to start attacking. I love using fire against Combine soldiers. The animations are really satisfying. Oop, okay. I also enjoyed in this map using the Combine Tactics key value. If you set it to keep pressure on the enemy... Oh, I missed it. I totally missed it. Yeah, I'm not playing very well right now. But yeah, this squad of Combine soldiers actually pulled the lever to lift that car up because it was blocking them. So there's also some goodies up there if you jump on the car. Up here. Nobody ever finds those. Oops. Oh no. Not like this. That manhack turned invisible. That's weird. I've never seen that before. I feel bad. I missed every single trap in this section when I played, so I was just kind of getting annoyed, I was just kind of getting annoyed, getting interrupted on the valve. Yeah, I hoped players would recognize this, but I didn't do a very good job of teaching you how to use it, like the original Ravenholm did. Yeah, not many people found that cache, but I love hiding little bits of ammo and health around. This room is definitely one that I would categorize as a box room. I'm very bad at coming up with good layouts for rooms. I like how this light is sort of like a halo for Grigori. But it does kind of comically shine on his bald head. I don't know. Yeah, I added these NPCs to kind of flesh out the world a little bit, but I didn't want them to actually be your squad mates. So she just says, "Oh, we have something to do. Go on ahead." I thought that worked pretty well. Grigori is now going to say, "Follow me, brother. Over here, brother. Over here, brother. Over here, brother." Not many people understood what I was trying to convey with this monitor. I think most people sort of got the gist, which is good enough, but I don't think I did a very good job of setting up the premise of the map. Because I saw some theories about it, but I don't think I really got across what I had in mind for it. Over here, brother. I wonder if there's a way I can adjust the free... Oh, I could edit the response. Like, make an override response that has a longer wait time on it. That would probably be good. When I made the map, there was a texture error on this wall that was really bothering me.
I remember your true face. You're never gonna make a stalker out of me. Rest.
Legally mandated to say brother.
Follow me.
So those stalkers will attack you, but I used to have more stalkers in this area, and I wanted it to be like a stalker fight section. I thought that'd be a lot of fun. But the problem is, when the stalkers use their laser attack, the decals that they leave on the walls with the laser counts against some kind of particle limit, and so then any like grenade that goes off in the room won't make a particle anymore. I'm not sure how to get around that. I've never seen that issue before, to be honest. The stalker bit was fantastic voice line reuse. It works perfectly. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that turned out. One negative case of voice lines reuse is that Grigori talks about getting you to the mines, and then that gets completely dropped. Like, where's the mines? Where are we going? We're not going to the mines. But I didn't have any voice lines for him saying anything else, like, oh, we need to get to the combine generator to turn it off. Like, he doesn't say anything like that. So, yeah, I think it works. I guess we can imagine we're going towards the mines, and this was like a stop along the way. I don't know.
Stay close, brother.
Stay close, brother. So there's actually some Combine elites that spawn in this room to fight the rebels.
Take cover.
Yeah, the decals limit, it might be. I'm not sure what it is exactly. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Did you guys see that? I thought it was related to the stalkers, but maybe it's something else, because right here, this grenade exploded and it didn't make a particle. What did I do wrong, chat? That's a bug. Grigori says, oh, Light of Lights, why have you taken my helper if the citizen dies? It's not a response. I didn't make any custom response scripts for this. It's just a scene that plays. Over here, brother. I'm pretty happy with how that fight turned out. I made a lot of tweaks to it while I was working on this. The soldiers are generally set to use pressure tactics, so they will run straight towards you. Except there's one soldier who I gave an AR to who has a standoff goal, So he stays behind this barrier and shoots at you with an AR-2 while the other ones all charge at you. And I think that works pretty well. It's sort of like the Combine suppressors in Half-Life Alyx.
Over here, brother.
Yeah. Disqualified for no particles. He ducks under the door when it closes.
Slippery, and may the angel of the Lord afflict them.
So these Vortigaunts are kind of funky. I put them here because my thought was these are Vorticells that the Combine need to use to be able to tap into the future. Explain why the Vorts are dancing. Yeah. So the concept that I have is that the Combine have done a ground invasion of Ravenholm instead of shelling it because they have gotten messages from the future, so they know about what's going to happen. So in the future, the Combine got the Borealis, and then in the past they're using these Vorticells to have the Vortigaunts connect to the future, and they're transmitting intelligence back into the past. That the intelligence says basically, you know, the events of what happened, like Gordon and Alex went to Nova Prospect. They used the teleporter. The teleporter exploded and destroyed Nova Prospect and started the uprising. So the Combine are in Ravenholm because they want to stop Gordon from getting out of Ravenholm. So Alex has to go to Nova Prospect alone. That was my thought. I don't think I did a very good job with it, though. I don't think this worked. A lot of people said that they're looking for intelligence about the Borealis, and that works too. But like my thought was that this is like the divergence point where it's like, okay, the Combine in this version of the story are getting spoilers from the future, and that's why it's different. I don't know. It's just a thought. And you know I have no idea how to end the map when G-Man appears out of nowhere and takes you away.
For the days of my life have vanished like smoke, and my bones are crushed like ash, and that all my endurance be as fuel for that fire until nothing remains but the light alone. Well, brother, you have found another egress from the House of Chaos.
And that's my map. After I did Distress Signal for 3 rooms, I've really been in a Map Labs mood, to the detriment of my other hobbies. I've spent a lot less time working on Entropy Zero stuff and such, and that makes me a little sad, but I just really enjoyed working on Distress Signal and House of Chaos. Where's Cheese Dreamer? Yeah, he got killed during the fight. And this is also my first time making a background map for Map Labs.
The wrong side of town for you. Who is this?
I think that was a fun alt look at Ravenholm. Yeah, I guess maybe the chat is fixed now that the stream restarted.
More than that,
I really enjoyed mapping for Ravenholm. That's why I wanted to make a map for Ravenholm. Well, not Ravenholm, but like a Ravenholm adjacent environment for Freeze 2. So I'll just leave the ambience on. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That cut off the music.
iniquity snares.
I like this background map. I'm happy with how it turned out.
A greater still.
So now I'm gonna score my own map. You think this should win? Oh, thanks. There's no way this should win over Alt-Life, though. Or Alt-Life and the other one. What was it called? We'll see it in a second. I'm drawing a blank. All is wrong. Those were both excellent. It was my VPN. Apparently today Twitch and YouTube don't like my VPN. Oh no. Do you ever like? I haven't used that kind of VPN in a while, but like, can you just request a new IP if something like that is happening? House of Chaos. What do you think I did on textures, guys? I think it was fine. I mean, there was that one texture bug that I pointed out, but I don't really count individual examples against maps. I'm happy with the lighting. And the aesthetic is notable because it's Ravenholm, in my opinion. I don't know about realistic prop placement. I'm happy with the background because I used parts of Ravenholm that you can see in the distance. There's always like a foreground and a background. I did soundscapes. I used music. There were box rooms. 10 out of 10. Really? I would not say it was highly detailed. I will say that there's sequences because I had like the choreographed scenes and stuff. Prop placement, I'm like, nah. Oh, that's the timer. I think I forgot to reset the timer on the last one. Yeah, I think that's fair. I was able to play through without getting stuck. Well, that, obviously I can't rate that because, of course, I was able to play through without getting stuck. It's my map. I would say existing gameplay mechanic would be the traps, but against Combine. So in my opinion, it used an existing gameplay mechanic. But again, this is me giving myself a medal, so I don't know. And obviously, I understood the story. I'm going to actually mark this down because I saw other people not understand it. Right? Like, I understand it. I wrote it. But, like, everybody else didn't seem to understand what it was trying to get across. So I'm going to mark that one down. Maybe 5 out of 10 because they got, like, half of it. No bugs. Yeah, I didn't have any serious bugs. Yeah, Nathan, I was thinking of the Obama giving Obama a medal. Like, wait, can I pull that up? Obama giving Obama a medal. This is literally me right now. I enjoyed playing it. Again, that doesn't really mean anything. Did it evoke an emotion? I can't really say whether it evoked an emotion. I'm going to pretend that it did because of the stalker scene. And I'm happy with the pacing. I don't know if it's well paced. The ending might be kind of abrupt. I think, let's see, how well did it creatively alter the timeline? I think it did a great job. I'll give it an 8. I don't know. 8 or 9. That seems fair to me. Yeah, so my own map I gave an 80, which I think is fair. And then the other two were 94 and 100 respectively. So let me just look at all the scores. So if I sort by total average score, then maybe I'll hide these columns. Oh, okay. Hide columns. Okay. So here's my scorecard. I'm not sure if I'm super happy with my scoring system. I think I need to tweak it to make it more objective because the whole idea was I'm going to ask a bunch of questions that are just yes or no questions with no room for like subjective like feelings. Like I'm in a good mood, I'm in a bad mood, I like this map, I don't like this map. I wanted it to be very like objective yes or no questions, but I don't think it did a very good job with that. I think I need to tweak it some more. Chat blocks the map names. Oh, good call. Let me just maybe I'll just there we go. Is that better? I think that's better. Arctic Fight and Taken on a Ride both got very low scores. I think that's fair for how I felt when I was playing them. Blue Shift, not Blue Shift, 41. White Mesa, 55. House of Chaos, 80. All Is Wrong, 94. And Alt Life is 100. I kind of think All Is Wrong and Alt Life should switch places. Like, thinking about it now, I really liked the environments and the environmental storytelling in All Is Wrong. I think All Is Wrong left more to the imagination, and it kind of had me wondering the whole time. I was like, what exactly is happening here? What went wrong? And it was very evocative. Alt Life was like a whole mini mod in a Map Labs, so that's why I scored it so high. I gave it a perfect 100 because I felt like it had so much new content, or old content, and it reimagined so many things. And having like all the alt characters like G Woman, for example, I just thought it was like the perfect fractured space map. But I don't know. Between Alt Life and All Is Wrong, I have a hard time judging them against one another. I think I need to change my scoring system so that there's some kind of like a tournament scores for the top 3 maps or something. Like maybe I change my scorecard so it only goes up to 90 points. And then the last 10 points are like a zero sum kind of thing where it's like I give, like, let's see, how would I do this? Maybe it's like I give a bonus to the top 3 maps, right? So the highest you can go is like 80, and then the last 20 points are divvied up between my top 3 or 4 picks or something like that. Which one was All Is Wrong? That was the one that was after the end of episode 2 where the rocket was destroyed, and so the sky was on fire because the portals were starting, the Combine portals, but then White Forest also had a teleporter in it. That was really good. Some of these maps were a little bit frustrating, but I really liked those 2. I think I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think I should post a review of each of these in the Map Labs Discord this time, since I have these review scores, and I can post them there. And that way I can contribute to the conversation a little bit more. I think before I end stream, we've been streaming for, it says only an hour because I restarted the stream. It looks like we've been streaming for 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours. Would you guys like me to replay Alt Life with the patch, or would you like me to show you my Freeze 2 map that I'm going to throw out? Because I'm going to throw it out anyways. Excuse me. Try to drink too much energy drink all at once. Freeze 2. Yeah, why don't I just pull that up? Might as well before we end stream. I could just show what I was thinking. And I don't think I'll be able to finish it on time. Oops. Yeah, I'm already in fractured space. I don't even know what the menu looks like. Why throw it? You can mark it as a bonus. I don't think I'll have it done in 5 days. That's the problem. There's no bonus period for the Map Labs anymore, so it's not like I'll get an extra 5 or 10 days or something to do a bonus. They just have the deadline. I believe. Yeah, there's no mention of bonus periods. I guess I should talk to the Map Labs team and see if I can get a bonus extension, since it's going to be bonus anyways. But I don't know. I also think I could work on other projects, but I started working on this thing. I was gonna call it Cold Snap, Halloween Horror 6 Cold Snap. And so my thought is you are a rebel with a hazard suit. You're not Gordon Freeman though. And you are on this train. I wanted to have voice lines. Voice lines add a whole level of complexity to this. But you would get off the train and you'd say, "Oh, this is the place I was supposed to meet Simon." So you're like on this train, and you are gonna go to some kind of safe house where you're gonna meet another Resistance member. I enjoyed the bonus maps for the most part. I think it's an opportunity for more maps to be put out there. I agree. I would really like to see the bonus period return. Maybe I can talk to the Map Labs team about it. But yeah, so you're this Resistance person. You're like, oh, this is the stop. You know, this is where I was supposed to meet Simon. So you get off the train. I made this little town here. This is still really crude because I just threw this together yesterday. But I think at this point the character would start calling out for the person they're supposed to meet, and then there's no reply, right? So you can see here that this dropship was taken down by a rocket launcher. Why is that? Okay, that didn't work, but this was taken out by a rocket launcher, and these Combine soldiers were killed. But there's a blood trail leading into this shed. So then I was going to have you go into the house. I didn't do any of the house yet. And threw this together yesterday. This would take me months to do. I think I go very slowly. Like, some mappers like Breadman can map so fast. It's crazy. Like, I don't understand how people can just sit down for an hour and have, like, a whole, like, world set up. This took me a long time to do, and I used some existing assets that I had made, like this church, for example. But yeah, I was going to say, you go into the house, you're looking for the other rebel, and up here on this balcony, I'll no clip to get up there. Up here on this balcony, there's going to be a radio. So you're like trying to call the other Resistance members, say what's going on, and then you get knocked out. And so you get hit, like someone runs up behind you and hits you on the back of the head, and you're knocked out. Then it's going to transition to another part of the map where some time has passed and there's a blizzard. So it's going to make all of this snowy. So the ground is covered in snow, there's snow coming down, and there's going to be a freezing mechanic where your health gets drained unless you're near a fire. And so then I would have you search for some kind of objective, like a battery or something. I was going to put like a mausoleum over here, because that would be spooky. Maybe you have to go in there and find a battery or something. I don't know. And the whole gimmick of the map would be that you're being stalked by someone who is actually the Combine soldier, the third one from this dropship, who like healed himself up in here, and then he's stalking you while you're trying to get out of the map. I don't know. That was my thought, but I'm like, that's going to take more than 5 days for me to do. I don't think I can do that. Yeah, and I wanted to have him take your weapons too, so you have to find weapons in the map. And that would be kind of a fun way to have, like, maybe the Combine soldier has a Counter-Strike shotgun instead of the normal shotgun, because that's what you happen to be using, and then he takes your gun instead of his own gun. I don't know. This is how far I got. Look at how bad the skybox is. I gave up. I started doing the skybox on this side, and this is pretty bad to begin with, but then I was like, I could probably just use 3D models for this, and I started putting in the 3D models. So you can see like the distance models that are really low resolution textures and everything. But yeah, I think the major component of the map would be the cold snap. The idea of like you start out and it's like fall, you know, it's sunset and you can see leaves everywhere. But then after you get knocked out, everything is frozen, and you have to stay by the heat source to survive. That was my idea. What do you guys think? Do you think I could do that in 5 days? Because 5 days is not a lot of time, and I have to like do a bunch of stuff during that time. Like, I don't think I have time for voice acting. Who's gonna voice act? How hard would it be to do the freeze version of the same map? Not very hard. I had a few different ideas about it. So one thing that I've done before is I've used instances to have like shared sets of geometry. So maybe it would be set in one map, but there's like two different copies of the map, and then it teleports you between them. I did that in Entropy 02. I've done that in a few other maps as well. I might also just use a map transition. So what I could do is I could make the frozen version of this and make most of the gameplay there, and then go back and make the fall version and just use a map transition when you get knocked out. That would probably be the simplest way in terms of gameplay. But the problem is then it's harder to get like props and stuff to transition their state across. I think it's worth try to talk to the organizers for a bonus. I'll talk to them about it and see what they say. If you don't make it in time, finish anyway and release a standalone. I don't think I will, and the reason is because I was working on a different map before this that was going to be for Entropy 02. That was this very similar environment. It was pretty much the same setup where you arrive by train to a little town, and like there's leaves and everything. And I was working on that a little bit, but I realized I did not have time to finish it, and so I switched over to working on this with kind of the same idea of like the Ravenholm type looking aesthetic. It's not Ravenholm, but it's like, you know, just the Half-Life 2 Eastern European textures and stuff. But I don't think I would do this without making it for the competition, because the whole idea is geared around the Freeze 2 goals. You know, like the entire idea is geared around this. Your player must use fire or heat to stave off the freezing grasp of death. Your map is set in a unique cold location, and the main antagonist is something other than a monster. That was the concept. If it's super similar and it's released in a different mod, that's fine too. Yeah, the story was going to be totally different in the EZ2 version, though. That was going to be more like you are a Combine soldier and you're sent in as an investigator to some strange happenings. I was going to do kind of like a Lovecraftian kind of thing. That would have been fun. I keep starting maps and not finishing them. I have to admit it's a big problem. I had Company Values was supposed to be my Halloween map for EZ2, and that fell through even after I did a beta test for it, unfortunately. And then I had this new EZ2 map I was working on this year completely fell through, and now this map, Cold Snap, this is falling through too. So it's really hard because it's like it takes so much time to do this. It's really difficult to finish a map. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that little preview. Not fully dump it. I mean, I could probably, the thing with fully dumping it is like I could probably do it better than this. This is a pretty crude layout, right? Like it's just, I just threw some shapes in there, threw some buildings in. It's nothing super fancy. That's another thing that I'm worried about is I'm like, if I'm a judge in the challenge and I submit an entry and my entry doesn't look very good, I feel like that kind of makes the whole challenge look bad. It's like the person judging makes maps that look like this, you know, that makes it seem like the standard is lower or something. I don't know. That's not how I feel when I'm not judging. I think everyone should enter. I don't think there should be like a standard, you know, like, but when I'm judging, I feel like that changes the paradigm a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to them about a bonus period and see what we can do, but probably I'm going to throw this out. Are there no players that are judging? Yeah, there's 2 guest judges and then the Map Labs team judges. But when I say judging, I mean for the official scores, not like the reviews. Predpan can't help you with map. Oh, he's very busy. No, we've got other stuff we need to do too. The only reason I was making that EZ2 map in the first place was because I wanted to do something for Halloween. I just really like the fall aesthetic, like this map where it's set at dusk, you know, at sunset, and there's leaves and there's pumpkins and just the orange kind of color scheme I really like. But yeah, I think we should probably wrap it up for today. I'm going to look at the scores again. So that was Fractured Space. overall, a good challenge. Had fewer entries this time compared with 3 rooms. I hope we get some more entries in Freeze 2 / Halloween Horror 6, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I had a good time reviewing it. Especially these top 3. Well, one of them is mine, but the top 2 were very good maps. Really enjoyed them. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today, but I will be raiding my friend Yui Haruki. She's playing Fast Food Simulator. A little bit of a different vibe from mapping challenges, but I like to have a variety. So definitely, if you're watching on Twitch, I'm gonna raid, and then you can leave a raid message. I don't really have a defined raid message. Put anything you want in chat, but just show her some appreciation. We can watch like a silly game. Thank you very much for stream. Yeah, thanks for watching. I've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to doing more of these. I'm gonna start the raid. I need like a raid message. Sorry for tech issues. Yeah, no, it's all good. There's always issues. But hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.